Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. Welcome into the Action 2 News newsroom for our First Alert Fastcast tonight. My name is Brittany Schmidt, and I'll be taking you through some of the stories that we're working on today. But first, of course, the big story, and it's been all week for us, is the winter weather. We got our first round on Tuesday. We got a little bit more overnight, and now we're preparing for a really big one tomorrow night. Some places could possibly get up to a foot of snow. We'll bring the experts in just a moment, but let's take a look outside. Let's see what's going on outside a little bit. So let's check out, here is our Appleton sky cam. Things looking really nice there in Green Bay, even some sunshine out there right now. It looks like maybe the bridge is up because you can see those cars kind of waiting for the bridge there, the Bart Starr Bridge. Let's head over to Oshkosh here for a second. Oshkosh, things looking really good there. How about Shawano? Sun's peeking out over there as well. And in Sturgeon Bay, a beautiful shot there. Looks so nice and calm. It doesn't even look super cold out, but we know that's all about to change. So let's bring in the experts. Bo Fogel with us today. Hey, Bo, you're tracking a lot. You're keeping your eye on a lot of things for us today.
Yeah, Brittany, don't be deceived by the sky cams. It's like, oh, okay, everything's calming down. It's looking nice. And, you know, it does seem nice, but this is calm before the storm. Our next big winter system is now forming over Kansas and Oklahoma, and it is going to be bringing lots of snow for us starting tomorrow morning and continuing through Saturday morning. On top of that, we got some very windy conditions heading our way. Now, as Brittany said, we saw the first system on Tuesday, and then we saw some snow overnight. Here are some snowfall reports from the National Weather Service, ranging anywhere between 1 to 3 inches. Some areas in Door County did get a little bit more because there was some lake enhancement for Door County. So I wouldn't be surprised if a couple of towns reached up to about 4 inches of snow. But overall, it was on point for our forecast. Looking at our next weather maker, though, as I said, the big winter system is finally arriving tomorrow. We've been talking about this for the past couple of days. We are expecting blowing wet snow starting Friday morning through Saturday morning. So nearly 24 hours of it. It's all because of a strong winter system. And because of that, we are under a first alert weather day for Friday and Saturday. So this is the severe weather outlook. It is high now for Friday because that's when the worst of it is going to be coming through. So blowing wet snow, we could see anywhere between 6 to 10 inches of snow and winds gusting up to 50 miles per hour. So that can cause near whiteout conditions starting Friday afternoon through early Saturday morning. So yes, it is going to be quite dangerous if you are driving Friday night through Saturday morning and late afternoon. So here's where the system is right now. It's down into Kansas. It's going to take a similar path to the previous system. The only difference is it's going to be slightly closer to us than the previous one. The snow is going to begin once it starts moving into Illinois tomorrow morning, and then it's really going to start ramping up once it starts hitting Chicago and southern Lake Michigan. That's when the most of the snow is going to fall from Friday night into early Saturday morning. And then by the time we start waking up Saturday, we'll start seeing the system move over to Troy, and the snow will start breaking down a little bit. It'll still be snowing Saturday morning, but it's not going to be as heavy as Friday night. And then by the time we hit Saturday night, the system should be done, but it still will be a little breezy Saturday night. So a closer look at the snow for our area. We'll start seeing the snow moving from the south to the north. So areas like Oshkosh, Appleton, Fond du Lac, Sheboygan, you guys will start seeing the snow early Friday morning, and then Green Bay and areas in Door County and the Northwoods will start seeing it late morning into the afternoon, and then just stay like that for several hours through Friday afternoon into Friday night into early Saturday morning. So it's just going to continue on snowing for a while. So that's what the plan is. That's what Pinpoint Predictor is saying. By the time we hit Saturday afternoon, the snow will start calming down. So snowfall forecast. I know a lot of people questioning how much snow we're going to get. 6 to 10 inches is what I'm going for the amount of snow. 3 to 6 inches around the Rhinelander area, and then maybe some communities around the Fox Valley and along the lake shore could get more than 10 inches of snow. So yeah, a lot of it heading our way, folks. And not only that, it is going to be windy. The winds are going to start picking up Friday morning between 20 to 25 miles per hour. By Friday afternoon, when you commute home from work, 40 to nearly 50 miles per hour possible from the east-northeast. It is going to be very windy, so it could cause some whiteout conditions during that time. So if you can, try to leave work early or just work from home if you can, of course. But if you have to drive in this, give yourself extra time. Slow down because it is going to be dangerous. And then Saturday morning, the winds will still be breezy, but they'll start calming down a little bit. And then so looking at the winter weather alerts, we are still under a winter storm watch for most of northeast Wisconsin besides Fond du Lac County, Sheboygan County, and Green Lake County. Those 3 counties are under a winter storm warning, and all this goes until noon Saturday. So yes, we could probably see a winter storm warning be issued pretty soon. Nothing confirmed yet, but I wouldn't be surprised if one gets issued. And then by Saturday, we'll start seeing moderate conditions, and then Sunday, it will be a lot better. The biggest thing, though, I know a lot of people wondering, is the snow going to stick around? Well, look at the 7-day. Saturday, 20 degrees. Sunday, 6 degrees. Monday, coldest day, 3 degrees for a high, with lows between 10 to 15 degrees below zero. So it is going to be cold, which means the snow is going to stick around, which means I know a lot of snowmobile trails. I know a lot of people want ice to form. It's looking good for those activities. So who knows? I mean, maybe some snowmobile trails will open this weekend. I know some people really want that. Crossing fingers. Of course, I'm not the person who's going to issue if they're going to be open, but
Sure.
hopefully, you know, I know people want to enjoy some winter activities. This
Definitely.
weekend looks to be an ideal weekend.
Yeah, this is the kind of weather that like makes you like your teeth hurt from just like standing outside.
I know. I know. It wasn't even it wasn't even like a gradual transition. It was just
No.
like 30s and then bam, you're going to get really cold. Like,
Right.
And where was this in December? That's
For
what I don't
Christmas.
get.
Yeah,
Why-
exactly.
I just don't get it.
Quick question for you, and you might have mentioned this already too, but
Yes.
you know, when I was outside on Tuesday, that the snow was really heavy and it stuck to a lot of things. You know, with that wind, is the snow just going to be a little lighter too, so it's able to pick up and swirl around even a little bit more than it was on Tuesday, so to speak?
A little bit, yes. It's
Okay.
still going to be wet snow, but especially by Saturday, once the temperatures start getting really cold into the 20s, that's when it's going to start kind of going over to powdery snow, but it's going to start out as wet snow, and the winds are going to blow it around by Friday night. So yes, I think it's going to be a little bit worse than what we saw this past Tuesday.
Either way, we've got a lot of cleanup to do because we definitely don't want to let it sit around because it'll just, you know, form with the concrete because it is so cold with those cold temperatures coming. So
Yes.
fast moving.
Yeah, I think the plowing for Friday is going to be easy to move, but by the time Saturday and we start getting much colder, it's going to be much harder.
Got it. So get working on it on the front end. All right. Thanks so much, Bo.
Thank you,
Appreciate
Brittany.
it.
No
All
problem.
right. So, you know, Bo kind of talked about what we can expect, and you can kind of follow along here on our Action 2 News website as well. We've got our app too that you can download wherever, if you have an Android or an Apple phone, you can go to the app stores there. But if you go to our website as well, you can kind of follow along here too. We've got our closing and delays already. Those are at the top of our screen that you're seeing right there. So if you click on those, it'll show you all the closing delays. I mean, we're getting them coming in by the second. Our web team is very busy getting these in and in place. So here's what is closed as of now for Friday coming in. Looks like we've even got some Saturdays as well. And then if Bo was kind of talking about the warnings and the watches kind of for our area, here's where you can find them too. It would be a little bit more specific here, and you can read along with them as well. But again, our First Alert Weather app, that is where we'll give you updates in real time, and you'll be able to kind of track it with the radar and stuff. So definitely encourage you to download that. Other stories we're following today, we are in court today. This man is in Manitowoc County Court. His name is Philip Slazewski, and he had a preliminary hearing today in Manitowoc. He is accused of driving while suspended, causing a crash that killed his wife and mom. The family was heading back to the area from Chicago on Christmas Day when they crashed on I-43 in Manitowoc County, so he has his preliminary hearing today. Another story that we've been following kind of for the past few days, and this is a really, really neat story, and I'm excited to kind of be part of it again this year. It's the annual Poorly Drawn Pets fundraiser with the Wisconsin Humane Society, the Green Bay campus, obviously participating. These are some of the drawings that some people did. Some are masterpieces, and then you get, like people like me who have no artistic ability. I gotta call out Bill Jart's here. That's Bill Jart's. I'm sorry, that photo just cracks me up. That's his dog Happy, a Saint Bernard. That is what Bill drew for us last year. So it's just kind of fun. So this is how it works. It's all online, it's through Facebook. You donate $25 to the Humane Society, and then one of the 200 volunteers that participated this year will then be assigned to your animal, and you get random artists, and some are like, Picasso, that's a really good one. And then you get more people like artists like Bill and I who can't draw a stick person to save our life. So really, really cool fundraiser. It's one of their biggest every year. This year they had almost 1,000 people contribute. They raised $27,000 in 36 hours, which is just amazing because this money goes to animals still there who are waiting for their forever homes. It goes to one of their biggest costs is the veterinarian bills, right? So all of the animals there are well taken care of. A lot of their medical needs are met before they're even adopted. So a really neat fundraiser. It wraps up today. So we talked to them about it. And it's been going on since 2020. So that's always a really fun story to kind of follow and look into. Really, really good artists there. All right, don't tell Bill I put him on blast either. We'll keep that between you and I. All right, so let's talk a little bit about some of the other stories that we are working on today. So coming up at 4 o'clock, we have a First Alert Safety Desk. Aisha, with a very scary reminder to keep your hands away from the snowblower. This week we had a few calls that we heard over the scanner. And some even fire departments put out reminders to people of please do not clear that snow with your hand if it gets jammed or stuck or anything. Yeah. She has good advice there of what you should do if that snow clogs it up, because it is likely with all the snow that we're getting, and it's wet and it's heavy and it sticks. So she's got that for you at 4. At 4:30, Chris Roth talks to our DC Bureau partners about the race for the White House and how it's ramping up next week. The Iowa Republican Caucus takes place on Monday. We know that Chris Christie has already withdrawn from the race. He did that last night, suspending his campaign. And we do know all these roads lead to Milwaukee and the GOP convention, now just 6 months away. At 5 o'clock, we talk about a new COVID variant, what it means, what it looks like. It sounds like it is already quickly spreading here in Northeast Wisconsin, and this comes as other viruses are already spreading. Yesterday we talked about respiratory syncytial virus, also known as RSV. We know that flu is up, and we know that COVID is up as well. So talking a little bit about that. And then at 6 o'clock is one of those stories that you just don't want to miss. It is quirky, it is cool, and she lives right in our area. So this is Waupun's Tupperware lady. Her name is Georgine Mulder. She is the longest tenured Tupperware salesperson in the nation. How cool is that? And she's over in Waupun. So Jeff Alexander sits down with her and talks to her about how she's been selling for 63 years now, and she doesn't plan on slowing down anytime soon. So that'll be for Small Towns tonight at 6. Again, we are tracking all of those, the storm headed our way. We've got crews out tonight that'll be talking about preps with those who are in control of making sure that our roads are as safe as possible for emergency crews to get where they need to go. Don't go out on the roads if you don't have to. Get home safely. We'll be there with you, kind of tracking it all along, so stay with us for that as we navigate another winter storm this season. But until then, we'll say goodbye, and we'll see you tonight on Action 2 News at 4, 5, 6, and 10. Have a good one.